Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pickin and Grinnin here on Buck Mountain Barn. I'm Chris, and sit back and relax, and let's enjoy the show. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Hello, everyone. Well, it's just me and Brad right now. I don't know what's going on with Leroy. I haven't heard from Leroy today. Brandon is actually doing his card show tonight. He's got to do a reveal show on some graded cards coming back. He said he will try and catch us a little later. So I'm sure Leroy will pop in soon. He's normally late, like always. But you guys got me and Brad. So, hey, evening, Josh's Junk Shop. Welcome in. So you guys can ask any questions you want, and then we'll sit back and we'll talk about it. Start with, though, I want to ask Brad, how's things been going this week? Any new adventures? Any new eBay doing good for you? Anything else?
Yeah. So we had we had a bunch of sales on the weekend, but like 26 of them were from the same person. So
Well, that's good.
multi-quantity thing. So that's always nice. They'll pack everything up in one box and send it out. And then we
Right.
actually we actually loaded up the truck and headed to Beverly, so to speak.
Oh,
My wife found a Facebook Marketplace deal, and we took off to pick that up on Tuesday. So we spent all day driving Tuesday, and then got back here. And of course, I pastor a church, and I had a friend, a member of ours, pass away over the weekend. So I've been doing funeral
uh,
stuff. I had to officiate a funeral today, but I'm
and he went
here.
home, right? Yeah, he went
Yeah,
home, right?
for sure.
Oh, that's
Yep.
that's always, it's always sad to see if someone pass away, but if they're right with the Lord and all that, guess what? They went to a better place than where we're at right now. They went home. Oh
Yeah,
well, look who's down here. Look who's down here at the bottom. Can you see him?
I can't.
You can't see the screen that I'm seeing.
No.
So oh, he went away. He was Leroy. I was gonna put him in. He went away. He was in down there eating.
Oh,
Mac, how are you doing today? Absolute
yeah,
fines. Good to
absolute
see you.
fine. Yeah, good to see you. Absolute. Well, I can't see you. I can only see your comment. So,
Yeah, I got this. He ought to come back here in a minute. I got this cough. I've been sick and I just cannot shake this cough. I will tell you, I found out today that my new pastor actually watches my channel, and I'm not sure if he watches the live shows or not. But if he is, I just want to say hi to him. Thank you for joining the channel and the show. Appreciate that. Uh, I've got a couple of people this week, guys. I want to tell everyone something. So, against everyone's judgment, against everyone that I've talked to, I have started selling sports cards on Whatnot. I started last Thursday. I've ran every single night except for Sunday since then, and I usually run around between 9 and 9:30, and I've sold over 100 cards since last Thursday already.
well, dang, look at you.
So that's working out for me. It's not a whole lot. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm becoming a millionaire. I'm selling these cards $1 a piece, and that's pretty much what they're going for. So, you know, and then Whatnot's got to take his fees. 540 Flips, Brandon just left us a message here. He says, just dropping by to say, hey, fellows, won't be joining tonight. About to go live over on my sports cards channel for a grade reveal, but figured I'd drop in and say hello. So uh, Brandon has a 540 Flips channel. He does sports card stuff over there. He does live grading reveals, I believe is what it is. What you eating there, Leroy?
That's what I want to know.
I'm not
What you
eating.
got there, buddy?
I'm not
Oh,
eating.
you're not.
You
That's not
pretending?
eating. You're pretending. Is that an imaginary bowl there, brother? I've been eating a lot of chicken noodle soup here lately, man. I don't know what it is. I done got hooked onto that, my friend.
I got hooked on the soup about 2 months ago, and I've been eating every soup I can imagine. I was craving today. I was craving some tomato soup, and Ingles, they had it and it was good, but they didn't have any more. So I went and bought a couple of cans and put my own seasoning and sauteed some peppers and onions with a little bit of spinach.
Oh, nice, nice. Lisa, hello, Lisa. Nice to see you there. So, good to see everyone coming in. Good to see everyone
Maybe you should have
joining.
told us. Maybe you should have told us what wasn't in the soup, Leroy. I think that'd have been a
Yeah,
shorter.
yeah, that probably been a shorter answer. So Leroy's, how's your eBay doing this week? How's the RC? Oh, he left out of here. How's your RC car experience going with your RC parts and stuff like that? How's that going?
You get a new extravaganza.
You got a new extravagant. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Every week you get a new extravaganza. So I went to that auction,
Right.
and this week I'm into aviation maps and
Really?
yes, 1959,
Oh,
and,
wow.
and some aviation parts and some drafting tools.
So is that working out real good for you?
If you list it,
Yeah, those drafting
If you
tools.
listen, you haven't listened. Yeah.
Yeah, I do well with.
Yeah.
I found some drafting stuff at an estate sale a while back, and I cleaned up with that.
I got 3 boxes full of it.
Oh wow.
All the little I used to do drafting, lots of pencils and markers and the erasers and all the squares and all that stuff. Like I made lots of it. I made I can show you. I made 4 lots of it. I haven't touched the aviation stuff, but I did get into the other stuff.
I got Mexican, Leroy.
Huh?
Yeah, I got Mexican.
Oh, you
What
got
I
Mexican.
got.
Is that a Walmart bowl too?
So, no, I think my wife she made this. She just brought
No,
it
the
in. She
bowl.
made it.
Is it a Walmart bowl?
Like put it in the microwave kind of thing, bowl? Yes.
No, the
What are you saying, man?
Walmart.
Walmart bowl. No, this ain't a Walmart bowl, man. This is a Dollar Tree bowl, probably.
No, it's a Walmart. It's a Walmart bowl. It's just like mine.
I feel left out. I'm gonna have to go get a bowl.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, sitting in there on my counter, we just left. So that after the funeral, the church had prepared a meal, and somebody made the most killer strawberry cake I've ever seen in my life, and I've got a big old piece sitting in there. If y'all want me to, I'll go get it, put it in a bowl, and stay here and eat it in front of you.
Yeah, there you go.
If
There
you're
you go.
hungry, help yourself.
Hey, real quick, Leroy, you was talking about the mechanical stuff. Have you ever sold mechanical pencils? You know them old mechanical pencils? They sell really, really good on eBay. I've sold some. Yeah. When you go to estate sales, man, you walk around the house, make sure you guys, everyone out here in the world that's watching us and listening later, when you go to estate sales and you walk around in the house, check them desk drawers, get them old mechanical pencils and click pencils. Those things sell. They do sell. And
Hey,
some of them sell for some real big money.
I'm gonna send you a share screen.
Yeah. Go ahead. We'll share that up. But Brad, you was talking about that pie. Our church for Tuesday, while Leroy was pulling that up, our church for Tuesday did a dinner for the seniors, and the youth department put it on. and we had chicken parmesan, and I had cookies and cream pie. Man, that was good. Bad for my blood sugar, but man, it was good. All right, let's pull this up right here. I'm gonna blow it all the way up, Leroy, so you get a full screen layout on. All right, there you
go. You can't see my prices because I have it a different screen. Hold on. If I don't look at you guys, can you see prices now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I did this one lot. There's one. Then there's a ruler. Then there's some pencils. Then I made lots. I made this lot here, 49, another lot 39, another lot 49, and then a lot of look at the name of this one, Leroy. That's really the name of it.
K&E Leroy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good brand too.
Yeah. So those numbers was a box that I paid. I don't know what I paid. I paid. Well, hold on. That's not even it. Oh, there's more. So there's these pencils here, and then this pencil lot. I think that's it.
So
that's it.
So Leroy, I want you to explain something to our viewers here. Now I need you to go back to that page. I seen something on there. I want you to explain to your viewers of what you do, how you do it, because this could help some other sellers.
Okay, because I don't want to do something Brad doesn't want to do.
I'm all good, man. I'm open.
All right, go back down to your items there. Okay, all right, scroll up right there. Stop right there. All right, guys, we're gonna look at the custom label SKU. You see how on this first one Leroy has 360 and then 212, 14 or whatever it is there that he just actually clicked on. Explain, Leroy, to our viewers how you do your custom SKUs. I see you got the paper down there and everything. Go ahead and explain how you do that.
So I'm going to explain it while I eat my soup.
Brad.
You're lucky.
That was Leroy. That wasn't me.
You're lucky. So I used to never put the tag in the picture. So that's my header picture.
Right.
And I put the tag in it because when I'm going to pick it, I don't have to look for the SKU. And usually the SKU pulls right up. But just in case I put the wrong listing or the wrong thing in the wrong listing, I always have they're not going to get mad because there's a number in the picture. And it helps people from not stealing your picture, to be honest.
Well, you can crop that picture and take that number out.
Yeah, but I put so first what I do is I take a picture of the number. So when I'm going through my pictures on my phone, I know if I have 3 of these, one of them, I try not to do like 361, 62, 63. I'll do 361, 360, then the next one of the same exact thing. I might do a couple of items and then I'll do 364, 368. I try not to put them all 1, 2, 3 behind each other, but I'll do items that are multiple. So that's why.
So how do you know that you got you don't have a duplicate number?
Because every item, even if it's a double item, the numbers. See, now here's a mess up. Look, you see this?
You got right there. You go. That's what I'm talking about. How do you correct that? You got to obviously go in and revise the listing, but
yeah, but all I got to do is go into this picture. Well, this one's not going to have it. So this one doesn't have it. So let's go back to the other picture. And that's why I put the silly things in there, because sometimes you mess up, you're in a rush. So this one I can see there is a number on there. See? So that one's 372.
Right.
So that other one is not 372. So, but I got to go.
So if you sell the other one, right. So if you sell the other one, you just go look at the picture and be like, okay, so this one don't have the number, this one does.
Yeah, but I'll fix it when I go to the warehouse. I'm not at the warehouse right now. But when I go to the
Right.
warehouse, I'll go and I'll just that's the main reason. What I was trying to explain to you why I put the number in the picture.
Right.
Because
So the dates out the side to 2/12/24, that's when they were listed, correct?
yes, yep. I just
Now, is
started.
that something new?
Yeah, that's something I just started this year.
Was that an
So the
idea you got
reason you
from
do
someone
that,
else? Was that an idea you got from someone else, or you just work that way? You work up that on your own?
People have probably done it. I literally didn't steal it per se. I just it came up in my mind and I decided that that's what I wanted to do. But I can imagine people have it on there.
so what is your purpose behind doing that? I can see a purpose that I would use that for. What is your purpose for doing the dates?
Item, item, item longevity.
Right, to see how long the item's been in the store. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
So,
Because a lot of times, I'm gonna go ahead and kill this out, Leroy. A lot of times when you list items, guys, sometimes when we do end and sell similar, or end and sell similar, your original date for when you listed that item is no longer there. So now you got an item in your store, you know you've had it for a long time, but you don't know exactly how long you've had it because your listing date is gone. It's now it's an end and sell similar listing date. So that's a good idea with those dates, Leroy, to put in your SKU. And remember, guys, the customer never sees the SKUs.
No, they don't.
Customer doesn't do that. Customer don't see SKU.
And you know,
Bubbles and Ball Cord says that Leroy is stealing.
I probably did. I probably did.
There's no stealing. There's only inspired by, right?
Yes.
Right.
Thank you. But I'll tell you, Brad, you might know this. It's really difficult. It's not something that I wish it was easier. There's a way, and I've done it. There's a way to get your SKU on your labels. Did you know that, Brad?
Yeah, I do. Let me see if I got a label to actually print, and I probably could figure it out right here.
It's not easy. It's a pain in the neck. It for me, and it shows up on the side. I haven't done it in about a year.
Is it real little too? I mean,
it's real little.
Yeah.
And it's on the side of the label. So if your labels are off-centered a little bit, you're out of luck. But
you're talking about the label that you print out for the customer to ship to the customer?
Yep. You can put a custom SKU on that. So you can print all your labels, and now that label was 360. You look for 360.
Right. Okay.
SKU system is something we should talk about sometime, like in depth, because it'd be interested to hear what everybody uses. I know, like, for example, I always just tell people when they ask, like, there's a lot of different systems you could use. You got to use the one that you'll actually do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what version of the Bible is the right version to read. Well, I tell people, let's start with the one you'll actually open and read. Let's go there. I think the same way.
That's a good answer.
The same way with.
Well, I'm going to tell you mine. Mine's simple. Mine is simple and easy. I do like the date. I may actually steal that from you, Leroy, and start using that if you don't mind, because I do like that. Because I do a lot of end and sell similar. So my SKU system, if you guys can see, there's the boxes right there, and then I got that row, and then there's another shelf behind this one. So all it is I got numbers wrote on the box, and that's my SKU. When I list an item, I just throw it in that box, and I put B4 or SC16 or SU, whatever it is, or even look here, guys. I got stuff in the ceiling. I'll put ceiling in the SKU. There's a loft up there. I'll put loft in the SKU. So
I was gonna say you sank my battleship for a minute.
No, I'm always fascinated. Always fascinated by the SKU systems people use.
Oh, he's so excited about it, he jumped away.
Yes, he did. He absolutely device not connected is what it says. Guys,
Hey,
the reason we're talking about SKU system, if there's new people on there, is just an easy way to keep up with what you sell. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I first started, I did not have a SKU system, and I thought I could remember where everything was at. And man, it does not work that way. Here he is. I think he's back.
I've
Let's
been
see.
using the SKU system for about 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I eventually had when I started with the storage units, I had to go to a SKU system, and then when we got the barn here, I definitely went to a SKU system. All right, he's back. There we go. But you just got you're muted now.
Yeah, I hit that stupid. Hit the thing for the stupid on the side. No,
All right, go ahead. What was you saying?
no, I was just gonna say, I always find it interesting SKU systems people use. In for example, uh, we were on our way to the funeral today. We actually had to travel about an hour to where took place at. And so I turned on Kevin's video, and one of the things Kevin Commonwealth Picker is notorious for is he doesn't have a SKU system per se. He puts it in different places, which I've been saying, hey, if it works for Kevin and it's a good system for him. So the problem I always thought was, well, if everybody in his circle that lists and put stuff in, put stuff up, as long as everybody is on the same page about where this is going. And sure enough, this morning he had one his wife had listed and he didn't know exactly where she had put it. So it's like, so for us, with that, for example, we have a pretty tight SKU system that, my son could come out here, I could come out here, my wife could come out here, we could list, and we all could find exactly where it was if it sold. And so I just, I've never had to cancel. I've never had to cancel. I have only had to cancel one time for not being able to find something. So
you said that I had to do one this week.
I almost had one the other day, and it had gotten put in the wrong bin. My wife was able to sleuth out where she had actually put it, so it worked out all right. But
I'll tell you, one of the things that I do, and you can read this after I'm done, Chris. I tell you one of the things that I do, and I mentioned these guys know, but for the chat, one of the things that I do is every day, I don't have my bins behind me, but I'll grab a bin. So I start off at 100. I start off at the beginning. I just go all the way through until the end, and then I go back again. It takes me about 2 or 3 months to go around the circle. Sometimes it takes me 4 or 5 months, depending on how much I list. But I'll grab a bin, and each bin has 25 items. I'll take those 25 items and I'll put them on the table. Usually I like when it's only like 6 or 7. That means I sold everything else that was in it. So I'll go and I'll end and relist. I'll change prices. And now, guys, with this new USPS, if you didn't change it over to Ground Advantage and you had it on first class, you'll notice you haven't been selling any of your first class items, because when you go into the listing, you'll see that there's no shipping on it. Why don't you read this? Can I try to pull up and explain what I'm talking about, Chris?
Yeah, surely, Leroy. Not a problem. No problem. I'm going to read this right here. Yeah. You go ahead and do what you got to do. We'll get pulled up. Just Junk Shop says that his SKU system is similar to mine. He said he started using paper box that I got from work for free. It started with JJ1 and currently up to JJ22. And just keep going back to boxes that still have room. Yeah, that's what I do, Josh, is I just do the same exact thing. When the box is in, it ain't even have to be empty. When it just starts getting low, I'll grab that box, set it over on the table, and as I list smaller items, I'll throw it in that box. My bigger items go in the loft or whatever that I can actually fit them.
But your items don't have individual SKUs. They just have a box.
Correct. I don't individually skew the item.
My items are individually skewed. So every item goes in a plastic bag or goes in a shrink wrap, and 263 is 263. So when you go in that box, boxes go from 200, 225, 250, 275, 300. And so
Let's see
whatever
your SKU system. And with your system, Leroy, what you sell, you would have to do that because you sell socket pieces and stuff like that, right? So you have to individually label yours because you can't just throw a bunch of sockets in a box. You'll be looking for them forever. I get that.
Yeah. Mine's very similar to Leroy's. At first, we start, to roll back a little bit. We actually had, like Josh is talking about having JJ22 and stuff. We start out A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whole alphabet. And then we got to, through that alphabet, and it's like, well, A1, A2, A3, A4, or A1, B1, C1, whatever. And then eventually it's like, you're typing in so many letters and combinations of letters and numbers. We decided, you know what? Let's make this fun for us and make it super, super unique. So we have, for example, we have one shelf that's bands, our favorite bands, and then we have one shelf that is TV shows that we like, and then one shelf is movies that we like. One shelf is my favorite Dolphins players of all time. One shelf is the NFL. And then we have we make fun stickers to put on them to match the graphics from the show. So we have a MacGyver box, right? And then because we have a lot of smaller stuff, we actually have the little Ziploc, actual zipper lock bags, and we have, I don't know if you can see that, we just have those.
Oh, the number on it, yeah.
We put them in there. We put them in a box, and then as they sell, when I get it out in the morning, I take it out of this bag. Whatever's sold, I slip it out of this bag into what it's going to ship in, and throw this back over in the box, and then we'll just use it again. And we have different sizes ones. We have, really big ones. For example, those little Playmobil figures, though, we have these little, 2x4 baggies that we found at Walmart that are super cheap. We'll just throw one of those in there and actually put a new pre-pack label on that and throw it in one of our boxes, and then it'll just ship in that whenever it ships, and then it works good. And if it's something really big that we have that we know that it's not like you're going to pull that, and we actually will pre-pack some of the bigger things, bigger items that we have like that, and so yeah, that's what we do, and it works out real good for us.
And see, you have to do it individually also on your bags because you sell a lot of the Playmobil stuff, right? The little pieces.
Yeah. What's pretty cool.
See, I don't have to do it I don't have to do the individual stuff because all mine's just random stuff, and right. I don't have the same exact thing.
For us, it would be a nightmare if you opened up, and we've even when it's smaller items, we actually have little smaller totes that we put those in. I can grab one in a minute and show you, but instead of a box with 50 things in it. Yeah. It's
I used to do that, but I realized I got away with the smaller boxes. Now I just put them in the bigger boxes because it would be like 120 SB. And I'm already up to 2,500 numbers. That's not what I have listed. I only have over 1,000. But some of my lawnmower pots and stuff are in the 2000s. But it's so that's one, and then there's big shelf, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big shelf, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 side shelf. So you have to get to a point where you say you have to keep it all similar, because if you don't, you're gonna get really messed up.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we changed. It was we had, if I could take you on a tour, you'd see our shelves were labeled. We eventually got to the point where our shelves were labeled, the A shelf, and it had maybe 7 or 8 shelves. So A1, A2, A3, A4, and some of them were two-sided. So it would go up one side, start on the bottom of the other. And it's there was just so many combinations of letters and numbers and pre-packed things. That's when we were look, let's quit. Let's find a way to not actually have a number for the shelf. We'll just have a name, for the box, and we'll have we'll have like all the TV shows on one shelf, and
Do you
we
have
know-
Simpsons?
have what?
Sim-
Simpsons? No, we have Bob's Burgers and King of the Hill and I'm trying to look. Say Avatar. We don't have the Simpsons on there.
how,
Oh, I like a King of the Hill, brother. Oh,
Leroy,
Bo.
did you find what you was looking for
yeah, hold on one second.
on the
now.
shipping?
Yeah,
All
hold
right.
on one second.
Can you read lips? This would be
No,
really
I
fast.
can't. He's talking. Yeah, he's talking. Well, he's covering them up now.
Give me my foot massager. I need my foot massager.
Right.
And
He's trying not to laugh. He can still hear you.
a diet tab. I need a diet
Real
tab.
quick,
Foot.
real
My
quick.
foot
This
massager.
says Josh says when I have multiple of the same item in different listings, I make sure they go in different boxes or use JJ1-A for example. And then baubles and ball cards. He says similar to what I said I went to. I have Venom, Iron Man, Carnage. Just started doing random names on the boxes, Ripken tomatoes and random stuff. That's pretty neat. And that reminds me. He's talking about Kevin Commonwealth Picker with the way he just put stuff on there and stuff. I honestly thought the license plate was his SKU.
I did.
Because
for-
he's
I
got a
think it
license
was.
plate on every single box in there, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. He uses all them license plates for a SKU, but he doesn't. As far as I know, he don't.
Yeah, I think
Leroy?
whatever you use works for you. That's absolutely what you should use, and eventually you'll find, hey, I might need to tweak on this. This is getting complicated. Let's something I can do to make it more simple. Yeah,
Right.
432
We'll put it
Super
on the
Bowl.
full screen for you, Leroy.
Okay, so I have this. I haven't got to this yet. I'm not at the 400 yet, or I'm just at the 400. But this is what I want to show you guys. So if you go down, so my SKUs there, small box. Now I won't take it out of small box, even though it's not in a small box. They're in the regular numbers now. I won't take small box off of this because it says SB on the tag. So, but if you go down to shipping, now see right here, there's no shipping. This item will never sell because it's first class, but it's really no
Never
shipping.
sell.
When they switched it from Advantage, from first class to Advantage, if you didn't do it the right way in their system, it just puts you on standby. So I have to go into I have to go to every small item, just the small items that would be first class, and I have to make sure that I switch it to advance one by one because I didn't do it. You're alive. So that's what I want to show you guys. Like, be careful of this. If you see this, go in here, go to change service, switch it to ground advantage. I can't do it because I'm not in that bin yet. So I don't want to prematurely do it because I'm doing all of them one by one.
Yeah. You're right, Leroy. From what we found out,
A lot of people don't. I'm sorry to cut you off, Chris, but a lot of people don't realize that what people are saying when they say that. A lot of these people, like new people, like they don't understand. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? No, this is what it's doing. So if you don't, it would just. I'm not an expert on that, but I'll tell you one thing. I've been doing it since the beginning of the year, and now those items are selling, and they weren't selling before. I started realizing, wow, I'm not shipping any small stuff, and that's why.
Because what eBay did. Yeah. Now go ahead, Leroy. I'm sorry.
Because it started in like May of last year, whenever Ground Advantage started. I don't even know.
It went in effect around April or May last year is when Ground Advantage did. And see, and that's what happened. And so eBay did not. So if you had items that weighed less than a pound and they was going first class, guess what? eBay didn't go in and change all your first class listings over to Ground Advantage for you. You had to do that manually. And at the end of the year, they come out and said that.
I'm sorry. There was a way that you could have had it done, but there's a certain way, but I didn't pay attention to that. I heard another YouTube channel talking about it, and it's like click the bulb, and it was too late.
Yeah. Yeah, and see now now eBay has come out and said that if you do not have your items removed from, if you don't have first class removed from your items are going to be not deleted from the system, but they're not going to be. Nobody's going to see them items. They're going to. What did you call it, Leroy? You had a term for it.
I don't remember. They disappear. They just.
I don't either.
Finish.
Yeah, they disappear.
Suppressed.
So nobody's see right. Suppressed. Right. So nobody is seeing your items that have first class shipping. So make sure you go in and manually change those guys because eBay did not do it for you. You had to do it yourself. And
now, did you
and
do
I've changed.
God, I'm excited. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So I had to went in and change all mine.
Excitement. I like excitement a whole lot.
Brad,
now you can still use the first class envelopes.
Brad, what did you do? Because you have a lot of smalls.
Yeah, we actually have. So I bit the bullet several years ago, and I set up in business policies.
Yes,
I set up shipping policies, and so for me, it was a matter of just going in and finding our first class one, and actually just changed all 2,000 of them at once. So
yeah,
I
don't have that policy.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's a little bit when you first start doing it. It's a little different, and it takes some getting used to. And then after you get used to it, it's like it makes it so much easier on the back end if eBay does make changes, and they do something. So,
and my next thing was for you.
Who's going to go first?
I was just going to say, Ping said Ground Advantage started on a 7/9/24. She says she remembers because it's her daughter's birthday, and she used bulk edit to make all of her changes. So that's another 7/9/23. I'm sorry, this is she reposted 7/9/23.
So you said, Brad, you were gonna do you're gonna try to print the label with that thing.
Oh yeah, let me see. Let me find one here. Let me see if I got one. I got 4 ready to ship. I do bulk shipping, but I'll try one on.
That's a lot of kissing. He must kiss his wife every time he shuts off screen.
Did I shut it off?
No, Chris.
Oh, Chris. I was like, dadgum, what I do? All right, let me see here.
Get out of there.
I have one. Yeah, this is a little one. Let me look at it here. Purchase shipping.
Leroy, I'm coughing my head off over here, buddy.
I think you're kissing the wife.
Well, that'd be okay too. I got that right. I got papers on her.
So you said there's a way to do the skew, Leroy?
Yeah, you honestly have to look up a YouTube video because it just didn't work well for me, so I left it alone.
Yeah, I'm looking down. So down at the bottom of the screen, there's some options you can click it where it'll add the postage value on the label so people can see what you paid. Yeah. You can add custom text on the label. Let's see if it gives me. Yeah. Oh, this one, that's what it actually adds. Let me make sure that's yeah. Actually, here I'll share my screen, but let me get it past their address so it won't be showing their address. All right, here let me share my screen.
What is that, nuts? Can I have some? Can I have some of the nuts? Yeah. You just put them back away. What are you looking over there?
All right. Am I up, guys?
Yeah, sorry, I was sorry.
Yeah, so I'm
There we
actually
go.
okay. Yeah, right here where if you scroll down to the bottom, I'll just zip down real quick. This is on a single label. I hadn't looked at it on the bulk thing, but where it says add custom text on the label, if you click on that, it automatically adds. If you've got looks like if you've got a SKU number, it automatically adds that in. So, yeah. For example, that's in tote N, which was one of our first totes in pre-pack 5240. So, yeah. I'm going to unpresent if I can, or go ahead and unpresent me, Chris.
Oh, okay. Take it off.
Yeah.
There you go. Now look who's gone now.
Where'd you go, Leroy?
Yeah, right.
Right here. Did you print it, Chris? I mean, Rob?
I didn't print it, but I showed what it would do. But yeah, you want me to actually print it? I can do that. You want me to?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. Just a second. Let me get back over there. Print labels and ship. Let's see. Purchase the shipping label. Let me make sure that's.
I'm sorry, I forgot to schedule my whatnot show for my card show. That's what I'm doing right now, scheduling it. Guys in the chat, if you want to look at some singles sports cards, I'm doing a show at whatnot on 10 o'clock. I'll put the link in the chat here shortly.
Yeah, I'll cover up their address, but let's see here. Yeah, you'd have better eyes than I do to be able to see that, but
yeah,
right there.
Oh, that's the custom SKU.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, did you have to type it in, Brad?
No, but I guess that's kind of the default. When you click on that, it must be the first thing it automatically adds is your custom SKU, and then I guess you could delete it out and type whatever you wanted to in there.
Well, you'd have to go in each one. It's a pain in the neck. So
well, let me check now. Let me go to like a different one and see if it's automatically selected because that's the last thing I selected. Sometimes it does it like that, you know. Let's see.
I wish on YouTube you can go into a video.
Yeah. By the way, so yeah, because I did it the last time, it's that box is automatically selected on this time.
Can you print it? No, I don't want to keep printing.
No, I can't. I need to weigh that one, make sure it's right. I know this one is, but I don't know about the other one. By the way, back to the SKU system thing just for a second. Can I just tell you how awesome it is, or how awesome I feel when I have to go pull in the order and I see I get over there and like this is what I see. That's one of our boxes. It's just like a little moment of joy in my life where I see.
Do you have chips?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you have chips?
I don't have chips. I've ran out of room on my TV box or TV show shelf.
Do you have Jeremy Camp?
I don't. No. Nope. Not yet.
Well, can you put Jeremy Camp up there for me?
I can do that for you. I might even make a Leroy box.
Jeremy Camp or Tasha Cobbs, but I don't think you. Did you listen to Tasha?
Who's that?
Tasha Cobbs.
No, I do listen to Jeremy Camp, but I hadn't heard that one. Yeah, we play some Jeremy Camp stuff. So
I helped him. He went to my old church, and I helped the roadies wrap up one night.
That's cool. I got a friend that was part of. I think he's part of the Vineyard churches, and he had was on had some kind of songwriting things with Jeremy Camp on one of the CDs that they put out with the Vineyard. So that was cool.
First person I ever seen was Israel Houghton. You know who he is, right?
Who's this? Israel Houghton? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got scared. I got scared for a minute there.
No. I know. I'm not totally satanic.
No, I listen to a lot of,
What?
I listen to a lot of
Yeah,
the black artists. That's what I listen to, a lot of them, and I've seen almost all of them.
you claim to be you claim to be black, Leroy, right?
You look like a guy who can get down.
Let's get that straight. I don't claim to be
Leroy. I'm gonna tell you. See, he doesn't even look. He doesn't. You know.
Leave it alone. You get yourself in trouble. My wife is here.
Probably so. I always do.
No, I grew up listening to classic rock and hard rock, and so I'm more on the kind of guitar driven side of things.
You don't have like Bon Jovi or anything up there.
I do have a Bon Jovi box. That's for my wife. My wife got a Bon Jovi box. So, what about the halftime show?
What about Def Leppard?
I bet.
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Time out. I gotta know. Do you have a Def Leppard box?
I don't have a Def Leppard box, but I do have a Poison box.
You gotta put. He's a pastor, so he would have hair bands, but he wouldn't have like Metallica or any of that stuff.
I do have a Guns N' Roses box. I listened to them a lot when I was a kid.
That was a hairband, though.
Tesla. I got a Spinal Tap box because I thought it was.
How about Boston?
Boston. You know what? That's a great. Like I've actually reached the point where I need to buy more. I got to buy more boxes, and I've still got a ton of room on my band shelf. So Boston will definitely be up there. Man, one of my favorite songs of all time is Long Time. Actually, that whole album. I like that whole album.
Put it in your notes. Write it down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, real quick. You asked about the halftime show, but real quick before we go to that, I want to ask you a question, Brad. Normally there is 2 Miami Dolphin jerseys hanging above your head in the back there. One is missing. What happened?
You noticed that?
I did too.
Yes, I did. That's one of the first things I've noticed.
I didn't even notice it until tonight. No, we do a thing every year around the Super Bowl. We do a thing called 30-second theology, and we kind of have like a football theme weekend just for fun at church. And my son took it down and wore it to church. He wore the Jalen Waddle jersey. So
okay. Gotcha.
I was saying before you go into the other thing, I was trying to say, and I'm Krista Crawford. I would love on StreamYard to be able to reach into like Chris's shed and grab the flag and then just put it over here, or grab like you could go into my warehouse and like grab one of my tools, and like it's just, I'm sorry.
It'd be great.
Leroy, you're out there, my friend. You're out there, my friend.
Give us your Super Bowl halftime.
Oh no,
whose opinion?
Oh, look, I'm just gonna say, like, I didn't know any of the Usher song. The only song I knew was
the last one.
No,
the last one.
For what?
Yeah, that was the last one. And the only reason I knew that song is I turned and looked at my wife. I was like, boy, they went way back on that one, because I remember going to clubs to that song, man. And I was, what, in my 20s, you know? I mean, they went way back on. That's 30 years ago. So I was just like, but I didn't realize, I didn't know anything. I was disappointed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I told my wife, I says, man, they should just let Taylor Swift do the halftime show. She was already there, you know.
Well, actually, when the halftime show hit, I went over and started playing cornhole. Honestly, so
you probably did, yeah.
I did.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I got to where now I enjoyed this Super Bowl. That was a really, really good game. But the past years,
it felt like old school football. You know, it's like a defensive thing. I loved it, man.
Yeah,
it felt old school.
Hello, Tactical Z. Good to see you there, my friend. But I was unimpressed with the commercials. I was unimpressed with the commercials. I didn't think they had very good commercials. Some of the commercials we watched. I mean, well, they had college football commercials. Come on, this is NFL. I mean, you
I
could do
like
better than
the
that.
I like
You
the
know.
flash dance commercial with was it Cuba? It wasn't Cuba Gooding Jr. Who's the other guy? I can't think of his name. And
I
then
don't think I remember.
Jason Momoa was in it, and
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa did the yeah. That was a progressive. Wasn't that a progressive commercial?
I don't even remember. You know, these
I can't
companies, they
remember. Yeah.
spend so much money to advertise, and like I never know what they actually advertise when it's over with. So I think their brand awareness thing's lost on me.
And then you know the one I only watched Super Bowl for the commercials, and none of them here should this ping commercials, and none of them were memorable this year. Yes, you're right. I was pretty disappointed with them. Now the one commercial I was surprised actually went up was the Jesus commercial about washing the feet.
Mm.
And there's been a lot of flack on that on the media about that one, and it's just dumb. It's the what they're saying about it is dumb, you know. Um, so that but that was I think the fact that they even put uh, Jesus out there for people to see was something, you know, that's something we normally don't see, and I was glad to at least see that, you know. I wasn't impressed with Kennedy's commercial.
You know,
It's
he didn't do that.
he didn't.
He didn't do that. Apparently, some super PAC or something that supporting him actually put that out. That's something I read the next day. So
Okay.
he kind of
So there's a
disavowed.
lot of right. So there was a lot of controversy around this one here. So the first one is the one with Travis Kelsey grabbing Coach Andy Reid. You know, people are going absolutely stupid over that. You know, that whole ordeal. Which you know, I mean, you can look at it from both sides of the coin. You know, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal to make that big of a. It's not.
Hey, if Andy Reid
I don't think. Yeah.
if Andy Reid had a problem with it, I would have more of a problem with it. But Andy was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, he just caught me off balance. It's all good."
Yeah. I mean, they interviewed him and talked to him about it. He wasn't mad at him. He wasn't, you know, it's just, and it's one of them
Ding,
heat of the
ding,
moment
ding,
things.
ding. Round two. Leroy's going for
Yeah,
round
yeah, yeah.
two.
And then the next thing was the San Francisco 49ers and the fans and players are saying that they did not know about the new playoff rules for overtime. I don't think that's true. The reason being is because when you talk to Kansas City Chiefs people, Andy Reid said we've been practicing that all year. We've been talking about it all year. You know, the rules have changed. This is what's going to happen. So I just don't think that. I don't know. Everybody's looking for an excuse. You know.
You know, one of the things I find goofy is people talking about, has Kyle Shanahan reached his ceiling? Is this as good as he's ever going to be? And from what I remember, they were saying the same thing about the guy on the other sideline when he was with the Eagles. They went to like 4 straight NFC Championship games, and then they went to the Super Bowl and lost. And I can't remember if they went to the playoffs the next year, and then they got rid of Andy Reid. But it's like I don't know if you got a coach that's gotten you to the Super Bowl 2 times in 4 years and to like 3 straight NFC Championship games or whatever it is.
This is a third Super Bowl in 5 years, I think. The first one was when did they play the 49ers the first
They
time?
went to one. They went to one with Harbaugh. I'm talking about the 49ers.
Okay.
With Shanahan, they've been twice. They went once with Jimmy Garoppolo and then once with Brock Purdy here. But
Right.
it's like, man, if you got a coach that's getting you that close, and it could have went either way. As a matter of fact, with the old overtime rules, avocado. Yeah, I like it. With the old overtime rule, San Francisco would be the champs this week, So
No, they wouldn't. No, because they kicked the field goal.
Under the old rules, it was sudden death, wasn't it?
No, okay, so the old rule is if you kick a field goal, the other team gets the ball back. But if you score a touchdown, the other team don't get a chance to score. That's what happened in the Falcons game. Remember when the Falcons played New England Patriots, and New England Patriots come back and beat them in overtime? The reason the Falcons never got the ball back is because New England scored a touchdown. Now, if they kicked the field goal, the Falcons would have got the ball back. That was the difference. And that's actually regular season rules for overtime also. It's not like, I think that's what happens during the regular season, if I recall correctly. It's just that what they did this year was, they did it this year. It didn't matter if you scored a touchdown or a field goal. You was going to get the other team was going to get the opportunity to get the ball back.
Yeah, they changed that. They changed that after a couple of years back after the Kansas City Buffalo game, because Buffalo. Man. You remember that one? Well,
yes, that was probably one of the greatest games I've watched in this century.
Yeah, man, like Josh Allen and the Bills score that touchdown at the end, and then with 12 seconds left, the Chiefs get the ball back. Boom, they score, and then they get the ball first in overtime and score a touchdown and win.
Yeah,
and that's the reason. That's the catalyst for changing the playoff rules. But
I think the last 5 minutes of that game, there's 4 or 5 touchdowns scored. Man, it was crazy. That was just a great game. Who pulled this up? Is this something I need to pull up?
How about
Leroy? Is this Leroy? Ping's got it. I'm sorry. Ping's got a message. It says, in years past, offer wondered why what they were advertising. In my mind, that is a waste of money if we can't remember the product. Hey, good point. You can't remember the product. I didn't even see a Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdales. We always like to watch the horses, and we didn't see that.
One of my favorite commercials of all time was the what's that?
No, the frogs? Is that the frogs?
No, that was the one before that with the guys. What's that?
I like
that's like old school right there.
Yeah.
Who's added this to the stage, Brad? What is this?
I don't think, maybe it's something me, but it's not. No, I don't know. That's not. It's not added to the stage. It was just it was that tab I had open.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I have a question. Well, since we're way off of reselling.
We're way off reselling. We went over to Tim's category.
What is the craziest thing in the chat and in the panel that you did this week that you haven't done in a while?
When?
What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This week?
Yeah.
Oh, Brad's got one already.
I'll tell you what mine is we had messaged this lady about this Facebook marketplace deal. It was in Asheville, North Carolina, which is a long way away.
You could have come to see me.
I know it, man. You're just right up the road from us.
So we set it up this week's been nuts because we lined this up on Saturday night. We were supposed to go Tuesday and pick this up. And then after I had lined that up on Saturday night, I got the call that the person in my church had passed away. So then it's up in the air. It's like I had to message the lady and tell her, say, look, I'm not flaking on you, but I've got this. I'm a pastor and I have a member of my church that's passed away. I'm supposed to officiate the funeral and I have no idea when they're going to schedule it for. And so I have to wait till Monday when they go to meet at the funeral home and let me know. Well, it turned out it was today. So I, messaged her back. I'm like, on Monday, afternoon, I'm like, look, we can still come tomorrow. It's all good. Funeral's not till Thursday. And then we didn't hear anything back. And then until 10 o'clock the next morning. Now, normally when we make one of those runs like that, we head out early. We get up before sunrise and head out so we can get there and make it a one-day deal. But at 10 o'clock, I got that message, and it was like, if I don't go today, I'm not going to be able to go. This is a goodbye. And so we, in about 15 minutes, we're locked and loaded in the car and headed towards North Carolina. And to me, to drive, a 600-mile round trip, that's pretty nuts to just do.
Where do you live?
We live in a place called Estill Springs, Tennessee. It's about halfway between.
On the other side of Tennessee, Leroy.
It's about halfway between Nashville and Chattanooga. It's in smack dab in the middle of Tennessee there. So.
It's above Alabama.
How far are you from Dickerson?
Dickerson, Tennessee.
Yeah. Or
I don't know.
Dix?
Dixon, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even sure where Dixon is. Let me see.
It's below Nashville.
Oh,
He's
well,
a long
then
ways away if he don't know where it's at.
we're pretty well.
So wait a minute, are you meaning to tell me you came within an hour and a half to 2 hours from me and Leroy Tuesday?
It's only an hour from me.
Yeah, an hour for you, yeah.
So Dixon's actually further west than we are, and to the north a little bit. But look, I bet I could be there in seeing where it is. I could be there in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Really, we need to talk.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
You have a truck?
I do not, but I have a Ford Escape that we use like a truck. Actually, my father-in-law's got one of those, like one of the what's that? Those dudes on TV that go and get the American Pickers guys. He's got a van kind of like that. So I can borrow a van.
We need to talk.
Okay. Why, have you got a deal you found over there?
Yeah, there's something I need to do, and I need to do it sooner than later. But I
Okay.
can't get there. Do you have space outside of your house? We'll talk. We'll talk.
All right, sounds good.
We'll talk. So Chris, what's yours? So that's cool, Brad. That I've done.
Yeah,
I've
that's
done,
cool.
I've done that.
I'm pretty disappointed.
So how many things did you get? Well, let's finish the conversation and then go back to your pick.
Brad.
Is that fair?
All right, so the first thing I want to say is I'm kind of disappointed in Brad not letting us know that he was that close to us on Tuesday. We could have all got to get it hung out for a little bit.
But you also got to realize he did say he was way behind schedule, and he had to get back quick. So you can't.
I get it. But by the time I got out of bed, I could have been there. You know, I mean, he wouldn't have to wait on me at all.
Also, apparently, this lady does something for Biltmore Estates, and she offered to put us on the access list for Biltmore so we could go over there and hang out or do whatever.
Oh wow, my wife loves that place.
It's like, dang, I'd love to go, but we can't. We don't have time.
So the weirdest thing, Leroy, huh? This week, like since last Thursday, right?
Yeah. It could be anything.
I live a boring life, Leroy. I live a boring life.
You didn't get a flat tire. Well, that's not. It has to be something weird. All right, so you're out.
No,
you didn't eat sushi.
No.
All right, so you're out. You're out. My turn. Actually, Ping G's turn.
Hold on a minute. Let me ask Tammy and see what happened this week. I can't even remember last Thursday, much less this week. Hold on a minute.
Silver hair stacker. By the way, you should go check out the video that Silver hair stacker dropped last week. It's April Fool's video. You should guys go check that out if you get a chance. What's up, silver hair? What are we doing, Leroy? What's happening?
Oh, I don't know, but I'll talk. So mine was I decided to start swimming again. And I haven't yes. And I
got one, Leroy.
Hold on. I haven't swam in any kind of water in about 5 years, and I haven't lap swam in about 20 years. And I went lap swimming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today.
You trying to work out?
Yeah, I've been, yeah. So I was excited about that.
I'm negatively
awesome.
buoyant. I'm negatively buoyant. Me and swimming pools don't work out. My wife's a freaking fish. I mean, she's just like just all over the place. Me, I can check this out. I can swim, but like you know how people float on their backs? I cannot float on my back, but I can float face down. So I can do the dead man's float.
You're gonna drown. You're gonna drown.
I'm negatively
man.
buoyant, man.
So this is something that happened, but this is something strange that I read or seen or however I come about the information. So we got a newsreel. Like I watch Fox News, and they said that there was a severe threat to the United States, this and that and the other. And so you don't know what it is, and then the people are talking, and then come to find out, Russia and Putin, because it had to do with Russia. Come to find out that they're saying there's aliens coming. There's an unidentified object approaching the Earth right now.
Are they good with
So-
reselling? Because I could use a couple of workers.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
I want
That's
to
what I'm
source their.
thinking.
I want to source their
I,
vessel.
w-
and
I
sell
want to
their-
pick right. I want to pick the vessel. Exactly right.
Hey,
Matter of fact,
so-
I just want to tear it apart for parts.
How awesome would a alien world flea market be?
Not too fun because everything's the same.
Yeah, everything being the same. I mean,
What would it be like? A bunch of UFOs? It'd be like,
but
hey, look for a UFO. This
Maybe they
thing-
got-
hold on a minute.
62
Hold on a minute. I want you
UFO.
to think about this. Leroy, I want you to think about this. You do the flea market scene. I got a flea market right down the road from me, and I go to it. And I used to do the flea market scene too. I mean, honestly, really, I mean, it could possibly be alien. Have you seen some of the stuff these people sell there? Silverhair says he's selling crap to unsuspected buyers for big profit. That's funny.
I saw a couple of flea markets. I saw a big flea market in Knoxville as we went through, and then I saw one, I think closer to Sevierville or something. Have you guys been to one of those?
You went up the mountains and then over to Asheville.
Yeah, I went Interstate 40 all the way. Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't think we were doing the show yet. I went that way because I went to Dixon, and I went down to Georgia and went up.
Okay. Yeah, if you get on Interstate 40 from Asheville, it'll take you straight all the way to
I
Dixon.
don't like the mountains.
Well, it wasn't
It
too
ain't
bad.
that bad, Leroy.
It wasn't too
It
bad
ain't
of a
that bad,
drive.
Leroy.
On
On
the
I-40
interstate,
ain't that
you
bad.
take that back on the interstate. Now, if you go that back drive through, Cleveland, Tennessee, up beside the Ocoee River and all that, that's like torture.
But my
Oh,
little,
inter- The interstate was pretty easy.
you brought aliens on screen.
I like that. That's that dog from that movie. Now you're back from outer space. I saw you walk in here with that sad look up on your face.
No.
You know what I'm
This
talking
ain't
about?
pug. This ain't a pug. Yeah, you're talking
Oh.
about Men in Black. This
Okay.
is not a pug.
What
This
is
is a
that?
Frenchie.
See,
It's
I'm
a
not
French
a dog
bulldog.
person.
It's
I
a
have
French
German
bulldog.
Shepherd, French bulldog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
we got one of these.
Pugs even more pushed in. All right, I got you.
Yeah, we got one of these, and then we got an English bulldog also. That
What's his
she
name or her
she probably
name?
weighs. Her name is Riki.
Ricky.
Riki.
Riki.
Riki. She's a female, so Riki, not Ricky, but Riki.
Ricky, I'm sorry. I mistook you for the dog on Men in Black.
She's a mess, though. She is a mess. She turns 6 this year. Yes.
My
Brad,
dog
are you,
So
go ahead.
after you.
Are you going to 127?
Yeah.
No.
all right, where you? Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go
I'm-
to the meetup. That the two old guys picking podcast. I think I'm gonna go this year. We almost went last year, but I was just beat. So
I spoke at the one last year.
did you?
Are you going, Leroy?
Yeah, I won't be going.
Leroy,
to
you going?
Nope.
Oh
You
no!
won't?
Oh man!
Eric,
Oh, man.
Eric. Hey, Brad. Eric will talk him into it.
Okay.
Eric
We're
will
not
talk him
going.
into it.
We are not going.
Not going.
Eric's
That's-
not going?
No. That's
Wait a
all.
minute. RIN is not going to 127?
We're not going to 127 two old guys meetup.
Ah,
Oh. Wait a minute. A question.
Well,
Time out.
listen,
Time out.
I can't speak for them.
Sure.
I'm not going.
Okay. 2 old guys, didn't one of them leave?
Yes.
Retired or something?
Yeah. Yeah, Chris retired.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Oh wow, look at silver hair picker sales. Hold on a minute. Let's see what we got here. Tuesday sale $20. Wednesday sales $850. Today $200. Now that's some consistency.
That's
Hey, at least you got some. At least you got some sales, brother. I think I've got one sale this week.
how many items
I
have you
think
listed?
4, 5. I've been busy, man. I've had real life has hit us this week, man. I've been putting together a jungle gym for my grandson. Apparently, my daughter and son-in-law felt that he needed an adult jungle gym. So, they get the old guy out there to put the jungle gym together. But I enjoy it, man. It's fun. I had a great time. Still not done. Got to work on it tomorrow. But I enjoy it. It's fun. He loves it. He'll be 3 in April.
Oh, we'll talk about
Yeah.
crazy things we did this week.
Yeah.
I accepted a way low ball offer by accident.
Ah.
Oh.
It was
How low was it, Leroy?
It was
Right.
It was a $30 item. They gave me a $10 offer. I went to go reply with a $25 offer, and I accepted the 10.
Oh no! Did you not cancel it?
No, I just let it go.
I sent a $3.
Oh, have you?
I sent a $3 offer on a $30 item once.
Yeah. You won't do it again. I promise you.
Yeah, and I sent it out because it was my fault.
That's what I did. I sent it out.
Yeah.
So check this out. Have you guys seen the new update to the app?
My wife has. She does not like it.
I don't like it either, man. It's not on my wife's phone, but it's on my phone, and I'm like, man, take this junk off of here. I can't figure it out. I mean, then the new offer, the way you send offers out on your phone through your app is absolutely retarded. I think I don't like it. Go ahead, Leroy.
I forgot. Wait, hold on. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to know,
Go ahead. I got this.
Hey guys, everybody watching, if you have problems with coughing a lot when you're sick or trying to get over sickness and still coughing, marshmallows will help that.
Do what? Where'd you hear that?
It's a proven fact. I'm not coughing.
Would peanut butter work the same?
I don't know, man.
What about marshmallows?
Somebody did tell me that. Somebody did tell me that one time, though, that marshmallows will help out with a cough. Ping says that she hasn't seen any changes as I use a desktop computer. I don't think you're going to see it on the desktop computer, but on the app, man, it's just absolutely, it's crazy. I opened it up this morning, and I'm like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, everybody keeps talking about the app, but I still have the old one, so I don't know.
Look right here, silver hair. Retarded app and marshmallows are key to reselling. Also, I got 3 offers to send out right now, and you can stick the. Oh, wait a minute! Look at this.
Hey.
You can stick them in the ear and use them as your plug.
I got one for you guys. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Now, Josh. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the option. I don't like the percentage part because I don't do it by percentage. I do it by price. So, I mean, if I did it percentage, that is a great thing there. But I don't use that one percentage. Go ahead,
Hey, Brad.
for Brad. I'm sorry.
Brad, Manchester.
Yeah.
How far is that from you?
15 minutes.
I stayed in Manchester about what was the date we went over there?
Did you go to Bonnaroo or something?
Sharon, what was the date we went over there?
Manchester.
It was in October. We weren't friends yet.
Yeah. So what had you over there?
We'll talk. I can't speak on it.
Oh,
It
okay.
was the same. It was the
Well-
same. It was the same reason why there's a favor I need.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, I know what it is. I
Yeah,
know what it is.
Okay.
I gotta be careful now because it's a hot commodity.
You can't be dropping state secrets
yeah.
on the air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
But,
I'm gonna tell you something. What he's talking about really is pretty, and I get it, because I'm starting to see a lot of that too, Leroy. But you ain't got to worry about me though. I got cardboard.
Oh, I know. I think I've heard you talk about. That.
yeah. Anyway, but so I stayed in Manchester. What was the address? Do you have the address on that hotel?
Is that in Iowa?
Captain TV over there. What was the name of that? What was the address?
We're gonna see somebody come across with a hand and smack you.
A hotel. Does it say in your phone?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. I was right on. I don't know the name of the. You would know the highway. There's a highway that goes right through that. I was right off of that main highway. What highway is it? Do you know? Manchester?
There's Highway 55, and then there's Highway 41A, and
No, it's not 41A. And it doesn't. Yeah. Is it? Can you see the highway there? No, it was 84 Rockhold Drive.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Check it out.
it was right. I mean, I literally there was
Sorry.
a highway right there, and I stayed on that highway to get all the way to where I had to go.
Yeah, oh, cool. Yeah, they do. There's a big music festival they have here every year in Manchester called Bonnaroo. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it kind of balloons up to 90,000 people plus come in for that thing.
It wasn't bad over there. The roads weren't bad and everything. It was just going. I had to go through Atlanta a little bit, and that was brutal. It was the outskirts of Atlanta, but that was the tough part.
Yeah, I hate driving near Atlanta. You
Yep.
can
That's my
So how long did it
that's
take
my
you
old
one day
stomping
to get to
ground.
Asheville?
Asheville about 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we left at 10, and we walked back in the door at 9:10 that night. So that was 2 stops at Buc-ee's, stopping to pick up the stuff. And,
I stopped at Buc-ee's.
yeah.
So can you explain to us about your pick?
Yeah, it's just it was a big
So
play.
explain from like nuts and bolts. Like
Hey,
so.
wait a minute. Time out. I want to get to his pick too, Leroy, but I want to see. Ping asked a question here. I want to get and Josh said something real quick. We're going to do this, and then we'll go to his pick because I do want to hear about his pick also. It says in the regards to sending offer specific price or percentage off. She's talking about the update that I was talking about with the app. Ping that the sending offers with the percentage or whatever that's been on the app for a while now. What I'm talking about is there's a whole new look to the app. And be quite honest with you, it kind of reminds me of what it looks like. It's kind of made for blind people because everything's really big to me. I mean, wouldn't you say, Brad?
I hadn't seen it, but it would work good for me.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that. But as far as the sending offers parts, yeah, you can only send percentage. It does not a percentage in bulk. You can. There's a little tab up there's got cancel on it in the app. You can hit cancel and then you can go in and send each offer. And I don't mind that. I mean, I don't mind that at all. I just don't like the new look.
You can't send like a dollar off all the items or something like that. It has to be a percentage.
No, it has to be a percentage. Yeah. Now, if they had a way to change it from percentage to a price, that would be awesome for me. And saying that, Josh come back and said that he currently has a 10% coupon. So if he gets a bunch of watchers, he'll send 12% off all at once and saves time. So he does the percentages also. He does the percentages. So the bulk offer sent for percentages works really well for him, I'm sure. So
yeah.
I just wanted to cover that real quick. And Leroy left, so now you can't tell your Pickin story. She's right here. She's eating marshmallows.
So one thing that we've been doing that seems to be paying some dividends. What part of it is that we have repeat customers because of the Playmobil stuff we sell a lot of. But one thing that has been paying off is I've been sending out like a 5% coupon with my orders, and that's it. I hadn't run a sale in probably a year or more. I hadn't done anything like that, but I do send out that coupon, and so we're actually getting quite a few repeat buyers, and they're not just for Playmobil stuff. They're people using that coupon. So that might be something people can try. Generate a coupon in your store and print it up.
Yeah,
print it up, send it out.
I haven't run a sale in my store. My last sale ended at the middle of last month, and it was only like I think 5% off for the whole store. I gotta do another sale, and I'm gonna tell you guys. I've noticed with my store, when I run a sale, and then you send offers out. Really, just when I run a sale, I do get more traffic. Promotions. What I normally do, what I've started doing with promoting listings is, excuse me, is I wait 2 weeks, I list and wait 2 weeks, and I'll go back, and if that item has 0 views after 2 weeks, then I promote it, and I do the which one is it that you can set a cap for? The one that's very. What happened? I missed something.
You didn't see that?
The one that
Mega Ball?
No, I was looking down. Oh golly, man. So there's I can't remember what you progressive promotions, where eBay gets to determine what the promotion is.
The dynamic ad rate.
Yes, dynamic ad rate. That's it. So I use that on all of my promotions now, but my cap is 8%. I used to be 10%, but now I went to 8%. But I don't do that until 2 weeks after I've listed the item, and only if the item has 0 views. I got items that gets 100. I got an item that's got over 100 views right now that I listed a week ago and hadn't even promoted it yet, and have had 5 watchers on it. And you're gonna be surprised at what it is. All it is the body of a radio controlled car.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's just the body of a RC radio control. New Bright, guys. If you find New Bright, that's the name brand. New Bright. RC cars out there, and it's not like what Leroy's got. This is different stuff, like the radio control. They don't have to have a controller. They don't have to have a charger. They don't have to have a battery. People buy them things for the body and for parts and repair. They buy them all the time. If you can get the battery in them, there's a green battery about that big. Sell that battery separately, because that battery does sell also. But it's the name brand on them is New Bright. I sell that stuff all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. But I got a great big one right now that's got over 100 views on it. It's got 5 watchers in a week, and no promotions. It's not even been promoted. There's no sale or anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do.
What's that? Wait a minute.
So,
what's he talking about? Don't forget, guys. Oh, Holiday Monday, and the school. No.
Our President's Day.
President's Day. And tomorrow school is out for the kids also, so they got a 4-day weekend. Kids get a 4-day weekend this week, guys. All right. Your pick, Brad.
What I was going to say was just piggybacking off the other thing. I'm not going to do too much of anything different on eBay right now, because it's just watching it. It's been kind of wonky this week. Like we'll have days where we hadn't had any sales, and there's also like no offers show up, and then like within like 20 minutes we got 26 offers we can send, and it's like
right.
I kind of feel like it's one of those things like we're just going to ride the storm out and just do what we do, and then when eBay starts acting right again,
I feel like it's been acting better for me.
Yeah, we've had consistent stuff. It's just been weird. There's been like long periods of like nothing, and we can even see it like in our traffic. It's just like nothing, and then all of a sudden, like in an hour, we've had several sales, and then we got a bunch of offers to send. And I know that everybody in the United States is not all getting home at the exact same time. So,
But then here I am thinking it's because I ain't listing nothing.
Yeah, it could be that, but I just think it's just been a little wonky for people right now. But yeah, anyway. So what do you want to know about my pick?
All right, so I'll narrate the story. So, so where did you find it?
Okay, my wife searches constantly for the stuff that we source on Facebook Marketplace. So she found it within like an hour of it being listed, I think. We sent the message, offered them. They had it up for 250. We offered them 200, and she said, "I will do that." And so there you go.
So what was it?
It's just Playmobil. We Playmobil is it's just this. It's kind of like Lego, but not really.
No, I know what Playmobil is, but I'm saying like was it a huge lot? Was it a small lot?
It's not as big as some of the lots we've picked up. Like the last lot we picked up was we drove to West Virginia and picked up 14 totes of the stuff. This one was it was just like one really, really, really big tote, and but there was a lot of vintage stuff in there that that we're well aware of. There was some stuff in there that we haven't seen before, which for us that's kind of like it's like we haven't seen it before and we deal with it all the time. It's probably going to be a pretty good thing.
Oh yeah, that's a catch and release type thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so my wife, she just when she sees it, she just automatically kind of crunches the number, like just does it. And it's like we can make our money back with these 3 items, and then everything else is profit. And so that's what we do. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
That's super cool. I do something similar to that, but we'll get into my part after.
Hey, I want to let someone know. I want to let someone know something real quick. Items to look for. A lot of you probably seen my videos. If you watch any of my videos, you noticed the last few that I've done. I've been picking up these Star Wars lightsabers, the kids, the plastic ones that roll out or whatever. I have 5 of them. I listed them. The lot of 5 is untested. I did test. There was 4 of them. I know for a fact that not 4 of them. 3 of them I know for a fact that worked. The other 2 I wasn't 100% sure. So I listed them as untested, and I sold all 5 of them for $41.50. That was a sale that I had at the end of last week. So, guys, them lightsabers, they may not be a good sale individually, but if you can get a bunch of them together, and I didn't pay no more than I paid $1. One of them I paid $3 for. The rest of them I paid $1 a piece for. So, you get them cheap and then lot them together, man. Test them, not test them, whatever. I sold 5 untested ones for $41. So hey, those things do sell. I just wanted to let you go. And guys, I did. The reason I saw that is because I was looking at what sold this week. So I did sell 1, 2, 3, 4. I sold 4 items this week. I did. I've sold 4. Them hats are flying out the door. Remember them hats that I picked up that y'all saw on Instagram? I did that short of. Man, they're flying out the door. They're just flying out the door. Let's see what we got right here. We got I'm no longer promote. I run a 20% off selling items over 100 days and usually have 10% off coupon. Then sometimes do a 30% off on holiday sales are meant to clear out items. Right. Yeah. Sales are meant to clear out items.
He's got a follow up too.
Yeah, he says he sold 564 items in 90 days. That's awesome, man. I haven't sold that many in 90 days. Buy cost is so low, so it allows me to accept less. Profit is profit. Fast nickel over slow dime any day. Yes, guys, buy your items cheap, man. I buy your items cheap. So, like me, when I go to thrift stores, because my majority of my sourcing is from thrift stores. When I go to thrift stores, I get a total cost for all my items. I try to find an item that's going to pay for everything. Once I sell something out of that batch, and I see, okay, I've made my money back on this purchase here, and this is what I have left off of that purchase there. I can take any offer I want because I don't have to sit on it. It can just get it out the door. Buy cheap and just let it go, man. When you get your money back, let it go. You don't have to sit there and hold on to it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Leroy. You're muted, by the way.
What was I saying?
I don't know. You were saying something and got up and left.
Whatever you want to say.
Whatever I want to say. I want to talk about my friend Brad
Okay.
and his Playmobiles.
Yeah.
So I mean, you do sell other stuff,
Yes. Yeah.
but so just so people understand, like you have to travel that far, like if it's a good deal. I mean, you went this way, but you would go to Alabama or Louisiana. Not saying Louisiana, you're probably close to Louisiana, right?
We are see about 6 months ago. We drove down to Grand Bay, Alabama, which is about 10 miles from Mississippi, down on the Gulf. So yeah,
and it also gives you the opportunity to go places that you would never ever go.
Yeah,
you would never go there.
The other thing too is, our son, he lives with us, so he just turned 20, and he'll load up and ride with me on those days. And my wife, if she can go, if it's like the West Virginia one, she couldn't go because there's just going to be no room for her in the car. But it's a chance for us to spend time together. So
Yeah.
the most stress-free time all week this week for me was that ride, and it was 100% worth it, and I needed it, dude. It was fun.
Yeah, it's like, so I went to an auction on Saturday, and it's like, it's scary. Like auctions that's a whole nother animal. But it's like, for me, I'll go and preview just to have an idea of what's in the stuff, but you don't know if you're going to get it or not.
Yeah.
It's about the guy with the biggest kahunas.
Yeah. Well, this thing actually works for us. Like if we're gonna go out, say if we're gonna go out sourcing, if we go out thrifting or go to estate sales or whatever, we're gonna spend a whole day doing that, and we have no idea what we're coming back with. Now we always do pretty good, but for us, this model that we're kind of growing into works really well for us. We're looking for something very specific. I know not everybody does that, but it works pretty good for us. And if we find it, and it takes a day to drive there and pick it up and drive back, for our buy cost, it's providing as much or more, return. But I'm not going to. I can't give you exact numbers, but my wife did tell me the other day that basically for every $1,000 we're spending, we're getting about $9,000 to $10,000 return on that. So that's pretty good. Like let me widen that up, between 8 to 10. So it's like that's worth it. It's, for us, it works. It's a lot of work, but what's not?
That's exactly.
Wow, that's.
And also for people, I've heard people say that they don't have good Facebook Marketplace in their area. Well, we don't either.
No,
I have to drive a state over to find good marketplace deals. But part of that too is that we're looking for something very specific. If you're just looking for different things, I can see how it's not really much of an option, for you. But if you're
now, Brad, when you go on these trips to look for your Playmobil stuff, are you getting them at a good price?
Oh yeah, he wouldn't go.
Yeah. Yep.
Meaning that the people you're buying from doesn't really know what they have. I mean, is it one of them deals?
Actually, a lot of them do. Like I'll give you a good example, like the 14 totes that we went and picked up in West Virginia. That lady knew what she had. It was her kids' stuff that they've had it in a storage building. Her husband had died, and she had moved out of the home that they had lived in. She was downsizing, and so for like a year and a half or so, she had this stuff in storage. It was her kids' stuff that from like probably the early 90s or later. And she knew, she had like, I can't remember what she had it up for, 5 something, and I offered her like 400, and she said, it's worth this, and I said, yep, and I got to drive from Tennessee, but if you want that, I'll drive and pick it up, and so we settled, I think, at 450, and for that. This one the other day, this lady knew what she had. She was just getting rid of her, her children's stuff, and I think some of it might even have been, her husband's or something. So she was just clearing
So
out.
when you go and you spend $450 on this stuff, you're still making a profit.
Yeah. So I estimate this trip the other day probably took us, food and gas and the buy cost and everything. It was probably it was right at $300 for the day for everything, and so yeah, and we'll do pretty good. There's some, she hadn't started listing any of it yet, but she's been looking through it as we've been on the go, and she said there's some good stuff in there, so we'll do good.
See, people always say, oh, well, time is money. Well, to me, sometimes money is money.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, time is money, but if you're not spending it and you're only spending time, you can spend money. You can't. I don't want to say this and sound stupid, but like, I feel like people say, "Oh, well, you're wasting time cleaning tools." Well, no, because it's doing more than just one thing. It's actually a hobby of mine. I enjoy doing it, and it's making me more money eventually. So it's however you look at it. If you say, "Oh, time is money," or well, that's how you look at it. You're rushing everything. You don't always have to. You got to spend time with your wife. You got to go. I don't know if you've ever been to Asheville. Probably have, but you got to go somewhere you've never been before. You made it safe. So did you look at the time or did you look at the money?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, both.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. I might have missed this during one of my calls. When you went to Asheville, did you go to the Goodwill and Goodwill Bins?
On a normal trip like that, we would look ahead of time, and when we got there, we would see all the thrift stores they had in the area, and we try to.
But you didn't get to Asheville until what?
4:30, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The reason I ask is because that Goodwill up there.
Let me back up. 4:30, 5 o'clock. Eastern time. We're in Central, so knock an hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right. That Goodwill. I asked that Goodwill. We've been up to that Goodwill up there, and it is just so they got the Goodwill store and the bins right next to each other, and it looks like it's a 2-story building, and it's mirrored all the way around. I mean, it's probably the nicest Goodwill I ever seen. That's why I asked if you've been to it.
Yeah, so we actually didn't actually get all the way into Asheville. It was a place. It was a suburb, I think, called Candor, maybe was the name of it, or something like that. So we didn't, but yeah, if we had gone like earlier, if we'd got to go when we were planning on going and leaving early that day, we would have, ahead of time, my wife would have, while we were driving, she would have found the locations for different thrift stores there, and we would have definitely hit them. And one of the things that we do when we're on a trip like that is actually the whole time we're not the whole time, but as we're going, she'll actually look and see if there's like some other Facebook marketplace deals that we can find that are in that area that we could maybe grab while we're there. The last time when we went to a place called Ironton, Ohio, which is it's just right across the border of Kentucky. We did that probably about right before Thanksgiving, and we found 2 Facebook marketplace deals along the way. We didn't wind up scoring them, but we found like 2 really good deals that were on our route. We could have, we tried to line it up and pick them up on our way back home, but it didn't work out. But one of these days, we're going to hit on one of those deals. We're going to find a deal that works for us, and then we're going to maximize it on the way back home by finding, a couple more deals or something. So,
Brad, there's a
That's
message
cool.
for you in the chat.
all right, bro.
Y'all sending private messages now?
Yeah,
No,
we
not
are.
just not to the chat.
Little love notes to each other.
Oh, okay.
It's about you, Chris.
Oh, is it?
No,
Nah.
it's not.
All right,
sure
I'm
you
fixing
can
to
see
put a link in the chat, guys. If no one is part of Whatnot or whatever, has not signed up for Whatnot, I'm sending you a link. This link right here will give you a $15 credit on your first purchase. So when you go in and you go to buy anything on Whatnot, you'll get you can automatically get $15 to spend for Whatnot. I'm giving this out because you can come to my show. You don't have to come to my show, but I have a show every night right around 9:30, 10ish clock-ish, somewhere around there, Eastern Standard Time, with sports cards. Tonight I got a show at 10 o'clock with sports cards. You guys can come join the show, watch. You guys can also you can join other shows there, other things, and you, like I said, you get a $15 credit to spend anywhere on Whatnot. So I just want to put that out there. The link is in the chat there.
So, I'd missed this comment up here earlier about President's Day. Silver Hair Stacker said it was President's Day celebrating Polk. President Polk. That's funny.
Who's President Polk? I missed a joke.
It was
I did.
he was a little before your time.
Oh, was he? Okay. That's why I missed it. Okay.
James K. Polk, I think maybe was the president's name. I could be wrong about that, but I thought that was funny. President say celebrating Polk.
Listen to this. Listen to Josh. Says I've only been able to list 5 hats since the start of the show. That usually can be done in about 30 minutes. Am I wasting time by watching y'all?
You absolutely are, unless you enjoyed it.
No,
And then
no.
being efficient is overrated sometimes. Sometimes you just got to live.
Josh, where are you at? Are you in California? Because if you're in California, it's what, 5:42 over there. I can understand the dilemma, but it's 8:42 on the East Coast. It doesn't work hours stop around 6 and 7ish, right around there anyway. So really, the 5 hats would be extra that you've done today, along with whatever. That would be my way of looking at it. I don't think it's a waste of time. You never know. You might can get some good stuff out of what we say. We're not experts.
It is time you're not going to get back. I'm not going to give it back to you.
Yeah. That is right. You're never going to get that time. Leroy, you've adjusted your camera. We can't even see you anymore.
This is Leroy's glamour shot. There we go.
Oh, is that? There we go, buddy. There we
So
go.
sorry I keep eating. I've been on a diet, and I can eat all the vegetables and fruits I want.
That's awesome.
So that's what you guys see me eating.
So you're eating fruit or vegetable?
It started off with a bowl of tomato soup with peppers and onions. Then it went to some nuts. Then it went to an avocado. And then it went back to a bowl of soup.
Well, let me ask you a question. I don't think if you put yourself on a vegetable and fruit diet means that you can just eat 24 hours a day, Leroy. I don't think that works that way, buddy.
I've lost about 25 pounds, so you could do what you want to do. I'll do what I
Hey.
want.
Oh, okay. Well, heck, if it works for you, buddy, it works for you. That's awesome. I can't lose any weight, period. I don't know if it's because I just
Let me
food
coach
too
you.
much.
Let me coach you. You'll lose weight.
No, I'm not
You
swimming.
might
no
lose a
laps
friend,
or
but you'll
whatever.
definitely lose weight.
Yeah. We'd be fighting. We talk about swimming laps or something, man. I ain't doing that.
The first week,
I don't even like jogging around the house, man. What are you talking about?
well, we're gonna end up the show soon anyway. I always fast every year for the 21 days, and the Lord put
Yeah,
it
so
in
you're
my
done
heart.
with that, right?
Well, no,
So
because
you're
the
done
Lord
with
put it
that.
in my heart to continue. So I continue. So I still haven't had any. I still been like Daniel fasting since the 10th of January, and
Okay.
um, and then so during the fast, I didn't do any exercising. The last week of it, I started exercising. I started walking 2 miles a day, and then on top of my regular walking, not like
Right.
checking my phone saying, "Oh, okay, well I walked 2 miles today." No, literally going and walking 2 miles. Um, then the next week, I did stairs for a half hour where I lived. Um, Chris knows is a lot of buildings, so I go in the building up to the top floor, over down to the bottom floor, back up to the top floor, and then out the building down the stairs. And I would do that for all 11 buildings. Well, there's like 14 buildings, but I only did 11 in a half hour. And now this week is swimming. Swimming for about a half hour to 20 minutes a day, laps in a pool. And then next week, I don't know what it's going to be. It might be swimming again.
Yeah.
Leroy, Silver Hair Stacker says when he thinks of glamour, he thinks of you.
Leroy's
Yeah, that's just
Leroy's theme song.
he
Is
what?
too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy
Yeah.
for my shirt.
Yeah. I'm not. I guess I'm just lazy, man. I'm not doing all that walking and swimming and stuff.
That swimming's no
It's
joke,
just,
bro.
all right.
The swimming is a little tough, but see, I used to do triathlons when I was a kid. And it's better. My body's more sore. I'll be honest with you, but when I get out of that pool for like a half hour, man, I feel like a different person. Like and that's why one of the reasons why I continued, because I feel like the Lord put it in my heart. He put the fast isn't just about, this isn't Bible study, guys, but the fast isn't, it's also about building a relationship, and for me, and Brad could say different, but it's also about building a relationship with the Lord, and um bettering yourself, whether it's in prayer, whether it's stay away from your cell phone, whether it's, it could be because you're fasting for a family member because they're sick, or it could be for you to better your health. And on my aspect of it, it's to better my health and my well-being. And I don't know if you guys have heard me in the last couple of months, but in the last month anyway, my whole attitude has changed because I feel better. I devote a whole prayer time. Usually, that's why I wasn't here in the beginning of February, because I pray at 7 o'clock. But
Your attitude definitely changed. I don't want to choke you out no more.
no, because you, it's not for you. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not
Right. I know you're not. I'm aggravating Leroy. I know.
No.
I know
I'm
exactly.
just saying. It's like
Me and my pastor just had a conversation about that.
I'm going home to see my daughter and my family in a couple of weeks, and
Oh, awesome.
I want them to see a change.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I went down I dropped 4 belt holes in my in my jeans, in my belt loop, in my belt. So 4 holes I dropped, and I haven't been on a scale. So I used to go on the scale, and I decided not to go on the scale this year until I leave. The day I'll go on the scale. Just I know about where I was anyway. So I don't know. That's me. Are we almost done? I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Leroy. Tell us what you got planned for the week.
Flea market Saturday, possibly Sunday, possibly Monday.
Possibly. What flea market?
Saturday Barnyard, Sunday Barnyard, Monday Chesney.
Okay, and those of you who don't know, these are in South Carolina. If you in northern South Carolina, if you want to come visit Leroy, that's where he will be at.
Awesome. I'm just gonna show up there one day in disguise and
Yeah,
be like,
I'm
"What's?"
gonna
with
give,
a camera.
I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna give
"What's?"
you a
I'm gonna be
great
like,
big
"What's this?
hug.
What's this tool, man? What's this tool do?"
I'm gonna give you a great big hug. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll probably recognize you.
Yeah, I'm gonna because you're not gonna recognize me because I'm gonna be all in incognito.
Just put your hand on my shoulder and say, "Son, the Lord has said," and I'm like, "It's you."
Yeah, yeah, yep. Awesome.
Oh my goodness, you guys trip me out, man. Yeah. So Brad don't never do anything. So he don't have anything going except
My
the
wife does
listed,
all the work.
right?
I'm a kept man. No, actually,
Do
it's
you,
been.
Brad? Do you?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's been what?
No. Go.
Do you? You don't do any lives on District, do you?
Yeah. Hadn't done one in a few weeks, but I do one occasionally.
Okay.
I was in
Who
a
are you under, Brad?
Black Sheep Society there too.
No, who are you? Whose district are you in?
Oh, yours.
Ours. Yours.
One stop shop,
What do you
bro.
want to call
Oh, because I'm not in it.
it?
Come on,
Yours,
Leroy.
Leroy.
No,
Yours, Leroy.
I'm in one stop shop. I'm in Kevin's too, but I kind of got I'm a loyal guy, so I'm really only going to list in y'all's.
Did you see the new one, Mulligan's?
I
Yes,
heard
I'm part of
Kevin
it.
talking about
I
that.
sell. Yeah, I sell golf clubs in there. Eric told me about that one a few weeks ago, and
You
I
know,
joined it also.
I
What?
honestly thought about it, talking to Ivan and starting one just for Playmobil.
Oh, that would be neat.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Doesn't
If
hurt to
you
try.
can
Yeah.
post it in the Facebook groups, you'll be doing something.
Yeah.
There must be a huge Facebook, not a huge, but there must be Facebook groups on Playmobil.
Yeah, a bunch of them. One of the
Really?
things, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Listen, there's Facebook groups on whatever you like, bigger than eBay.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is why I think uh you know we're not. I don't care how many resellers there are. We're never going to step all over each other because there's just too many opportunities out there, man. There are. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think so either. I think a lot of people. I hear people talk about there's some channels on YouTube now. Now these aren't big guys, but these are smaller channels on YouTube. I hear them talk about and are upset because that there's just so many resellers that they're just not making anything anymore like they used to or whatever. I disagree with that. I think the reselling business is booming. I think there's so much stuff out there that you can sell. Um, and I think as long as you put the effort into it, you can still sell, like you can still make a living on it. Like and a lot of people don't understand different areas of the country has different items. Like just between South Carolina and Florida. Check this out. All right. So Mac, all right, he sells video games. Okay. Well, Mac, I can get a hold of video games more than he can. But you know what he can get a hold of more than I can is sports cards. So me and Mac, uh we work back and forth together with video games and sports cards. He buys from me, I buy from him. And then we that's what I'm saying is you can what is it, collaborate? Is that correct? Is that the right word? Collaborate with each other to make the business work. This whole selfish thing, well, I'm not going to work with this person because you're taking away from my income. That's just selfishness, and that's just dumb. I
yeah,
really think that's dumb thinking, to be honest with you. Because we're here to help each other. This is a large community. We can help each other. have uh, have a better store or have a better, just do better in the industry. I mean, think about it. Brad, how did you learn how to sell what you sell? Did you watch it, or did you hear somebody talk about it, or did you just pick it up on your own?
I found it on the 127, a big buy of it, and took a chance on it and kind of fell into that category. That's just how it worked.
See, Leroy, how did it work for you when you first got in? Did you just pick it up on your own, or did you just learn from other people?
Both.
Well, yeah, both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's been a long time. I've been doing this since I was 19. So
Yeah, so you've been doing it a very long time, and you did the flea market thing for a long time too. So you've been doing it a whole lot longer on a whole nother level than what a
yeah,
majority of us have.
I
So I mean,
started.
see, your knowledge and tools helps me and possibly Brad also, because we don't deal with tools and it's something that we want to get involved in. Guess who we call? We call the tool man, Leroy. If I want to get involved in play mobile, guess what? I call Brad. If I want to get involved in sports cards, guess what? I call Brandon. So it's we're all one big community and we all work together to help each other. This whole selfish attitude that's going around right now, man, it's just absolutely it just I just want to just I just really want to just take people and just be like, wake up, man, because really and truly, you're learning from other people by watching their videos, regardless if you want to admit it or not.
Mhm.
I think
Leroy,
markets.
you have a question from Josh. Sorry, I went on my. Oh, go ahead, Brad. I'm sorry, I went
Yeah.
on my rant.
No, I was just going to say that markets are always going to ebb and flow. For example, if you were into Beanie Babies in the 1998, early 2000s, you had something there. I would work in people's houses back when I was in interior decorating stuff, and people were like doing Beanie Babies like they were hotcakes. Now you can't give them away hardly. So just things are going to change
Yeah,
over time. Tastes are going to change. Markets are going to
right,
change. What people want is going to change.
right.
Some things are always like Lego's always going to be popular, no matter what decade it is. But everything else, other things everything's going to change. So
Leroy, Josh wants to know how close are you to Williamton, North Carolina?
I don't know. Wilmington?
Wilmington, is there a racetrack there?
Wilmington. Leroy is in Josh. Leroy is in. Oh my gosh,
He's in
just
South
Spartanburg.
slipped
Carolina.
my Leroy. Yeah, South Carolina and state. What'd you say?
Wilmington. Spartanburg.
Spartanburg. It's it,
Is he
Spartanburg.
in Wilmington North or Wilmington South?
Wilmington, North Carolina. I think that's
Oh,
over there close to Myrtle Beach.
that's over near Eric.
Yeah, it's up near Eric. Yeah. Well, not
I
really. I mean, Eric's in
I
and
am
Eric's in.
I'm 5 hours
Wait a minute.
from
Yeah, it is.
Wilmington.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilmington isn't Wilmington north of Myrtle Beach, just across the
Yeah,
state line. Is that correct?
it's right on the
Yeah.
water.
So yeah, we're yeah
The
we're
only
5 hours from
500-mile ride I'm doing is to go see Brad.
there. But Eric OBX Pickard just lives north of Wilmington. He lives up there in the Outer
He
Banks.
lives in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, in that. Yeah,
Yeah.
on one of them little islands out there, ain't it? Don't he live on an island out there, Leroy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hatteras.
Well,
When's he taking his trip? Is he
he's
going
probably
already?
still away from he's probably still a ways from Brad, the gentleman.
Yeah.
Did he leave yet? Has he gone already?
No, not yet. So from
Okay.
Wilmington to Eric is an hour. I mean, 4 hours and a half. It's closer for me to get to Wilmington for him than him to get to Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So it's 9 o'clock, and So this week, guys, I put the link to my whatnot, the invite link. You get a $15 credit. So this week, every night this week, and for a while now, every night, right around 9:30ish to 10ish o'clock, we'll be doing a card show.
10ish,
If
10ish
you want to
clock?
join,
Is that close to 12ish
yeah,
clock?
no, it'd be about a couple of hours. Um, so I'll be doing that, but you sign up with this link and you will get a $15 credit and you can use it on anybody's show, not just mine. And they sell other stuff on there instead of just cards and sports stuff. They sell everything on whatnot, everything. Also, District guys, if you're familiar with the District app, please join the District app. You sign up with or join One Stop Shop. We sell everything there. Leroy's part of that's powered by RIN, Reseller Information Network. They sell everything there also. And it's a pretty good community. You get chats there and stuff like that. You can search stuff. You can ask in the chats if there's certain items. I think that's it. I had a video drop this week of my today. A video dropped for me on this January sales. If you want to check that out, I will put another one out for the 1st of February, meaning the 1st through the 15th, the first half of February here in the next couple of days. I'll get that one out. Other than that, we'll be back here Thursday night. I hope everyone has had a good week. I hope everyone has a good weekend. And we will see everybody next week.